One of the aspects of leadership that I really struggled with and didn't fully comprehend is that the role of leader or manager is kind of performed in front of everybody. So if you're new to leadership, this is quite unnerving. There is a quote that I quite like that I think applies to this by Robert Fullman. And apologies, Robert, if I've pronounced your name incorrectly. Don't worry that your children never listen to you. Worry that they're always watching you. I think this really applies to leadership too. Your team in particular are watching you. They're looking to see how you behave, how you react to things, what you say, and even what you do and don't eat. That was always a bit of a surprise to me, how much people talk about food in the office. Now, I definitely found this a bit weird and unnerving at first. And to be fair, I don't think I'll ever be fully comfortable with it. 5 years ago, it wasn't such a big deal. I had my own office. I had teams on different locations and in different cities. So when I actually went to see my team, I was doing some sort of site visit and holding a meeting. And while I might have felt like everybody was watching me when I was running the meeting, it was for a short period of time. It wasn't all the time. Moving into a different leadership role, I was in an open plan office where everybody, no matter what role they had, was completely on the same floor, all together in one space. This meant that no matter what you were doing, who you were talking to, everybody could see you, everybody could hear you, and you actually had to take a deliberate action to go into a meeting room, which were often booked, so not always available, to have a private conversation. So most of what you did in your role was on display. This was quite a different way of operating. However, a very good lesson in how to behave. Now, whether you're in an open plan office where you are on display like that all the time, or you have your own office and perhaps you don't have as much access, your team are going to be observing you. They see whether or not your actions are aligned with how you speak and if your behaviour is consistent. If you are quite emotional and reactionary in how you come across to your team, it can make people quite nervous and potentially erode trust with your team because they're not completely sure how you're going to react in any situation. They are also looking to see consistent and sustained behaviour. Are you the same person at work as you are at home? This will highlight authenticity. If they see you outside of work and you're behaving in a way that is completely different to how they perceive you in the workspace, this can also erode trust, as they may see you as inauthentic and that you're not actually being your true self at work. Others will also observe what you value. Values are generally beliefs that motivate you. So perhaps your values are kindness, integrity, honesty. How do you show this at work? Are you kind to others? Do you act with integrity? Are you honest? People will be observing this, and also how your values appear to align with their own values. People usually want to follow other people with values that they respect or admire. And if by watching you they observe something that is contradictory to how you speak or how you behave, they may not align with that, and you can lose credibility and trust. I have done another leadership video which is all about establishing your brand and how it aligns to your reputation in leadership. I'll link that here on the screen too. I've been in leadership for over 17 years and started off with just leading 2 people and have built my career into leading leaders in a large team. And I've definitely learned a few lessons in the importance of practicing what you preach and being prepared for scrutiny around my actions or what I say. But what does this even matter? You may not be even aware that people are observing your behaviour or action, but it definitely matters. What they see or hear will either inspire them or it will demotivate them in terms of your leadership. As a leader, you set the example and have the ability to influence others. They will put you in a category of either being for you or against you. If they are against you, perhaps they have observed some behaviour from you that doesn't align with someone that they respect and trust. If they are for you, They will often be your biggest advocates and the ones that throw 110% of their energy to their work to help support you and your leadership. What people see and hear matters, and it will affect your ability to be able to inspire and influence others. So now that you know this, how will you behave now that you know that others are watching?